All right. Well, here is a program where I'm asking you to ask the user to enter an integer and then use a for loop to figure out if that integer is prime. So we're going to first, I'll put that in the main program so you don't have to. Okay. Ask the user to enter an integer. So we got to make a scanner. All right. And then we're going to say, please enter an integer. Okay. Now we're going to use a for loop and check if that number is prime by checking all the integers from 1 up to and including the actual number and reporting all that divide evenly into the integer. So we're going to count how many factors we find. So int c equals 0. We're going to just have a little counter variable. Now we're going to go int I equals 1, I less than, oh, I forgot to ask for the integer. My bad. Int num equals, and got next int I less than or equal to num. We want to go all the way up to including the number I plus plus. And then we're going to say if, why don't we put a little helpful text here, system.out.print without the ln, the factors of num are, we're going to print that out before the loop starts. Then we're going to do this loop and we're going to say if num modulo I equals 0. That means if you can divide num by the current number we're checking, it means we found a factor, right? You know, like if the number we were checking was 6 and we threw in num and I was 1, you know, 1 goes into 6 evenly. So 1 is a factor. We would say system.out.print I space, just because the next one I'll have another, you know, we don't want them all jammed together. And then we'd say C++, that's like we found a factor. Okay, and then here we're going to print to a new line just so that we don't, the next thing that gets said isn't, you know, on the same line as all the factors. And then right here, we can say if C greater than 2, system.out.println num is not prime. Because if there's more than 2 factors, it's not prime. Else, system.out.println num is prime. You'll see. I'll run it. Oh, I left off a semicolon. Here we go. Let's do 17. Factors of 17 are 1 and 17 is prime. Let's run it again, and we'll enter something with more factors, 240. Factors of 240 are all those numbers, and 240 is not prime. All right, that's it. I hope that helps. You know, if something's not clear, send me an email.